That was not a good idea. Okay. Hello, Nintendo's just announced a new update for Mario Maker 2, and so I'm gonna tell you everything that involves and go into a bit more depth than the trailer did. The trailer will be in the description if you haven't seen it. I do recommend you do that because it is a fantastic video full of hype. And then after you've done that, come back here because I told you to. Right, so let's get started at the beginning of the video with the new power-ups. Now, the main one, or the one I can go into most depth with, is the Super Mario Bros. 2 mushroom. So this turns you into the Mario from Super Mario Bros. 2, the one that released in America instead of the Mario Bros. 2 that was made in Japan, because that one was deemed too hard. I'm not going to go into depth about all that, because you're probably not a dum-dum and know about that. Anyway, so this mushroom means that you can't jump on enemies. That's not how you kill them. Instead, you get on top of them, and then you can ride them, or you can pick them up like you could in Super Mario Bros. 2. And after you do that, you can chuck them to collect coins, or just do anything with them. Now, there's a variety of things you can pick up, including large enemies, which, like, if you pick up a large Buzzy Beetle, like was shown in the trailer, and throw it, it will destroy blocks, instead of you being able to just kick it. You can also pick up things like bullet bills, which really surprised me, because when you place them back down, they stay at the height you put them down, and you can ride them again. So that can create some cool puzzles. So if there's a bullet blaster, like, say, up here, and then there's a wall here, and a tunnel underneath, you get to grab the bullet bill up here, before it hits the wall, and then take it over to a gap that you need to use it to cross. And that's just a very simple example, but, you can do interesting stuff with it, that's what I'm saying. Or you can do levels where you need to carry the bullet bill all the way to the end, which would be very fun as well. You can also pick up random things like the chain chomp's stump, the thing that it's attached to. Now, I don't know if you can pick up the normal chain chomp on its own. They didn't show it in the trailer, but you can get, obviously, the chain chomps that aren't attached to the stumps and jump around. I don't know if you can pick them up. I'm assuming not, since you can only pick up their stump, but we don't know yet. We'll have to wait until this update comes out tomorrow when I'm recording this. You can also pick, in the snow theme, something that's very interesting, is you can pick up snowballs just out of the ground. Anyway, they don't need to be on the ground. You can just pick up snowballs from the ground. And that's very interesting, because then it's like a turnip mechanic from that game, which I think will be very good in recreating levels from those games, from Mario Bros. 2. And also, just something I saw right at the end of the trailer, if you have the power up and you pick up the cloud blocks, they disappear, then you can fall down. I just thought that was very interesting. Moving on to the frog suit. Oh, also, before I do that, Super Mario Bros. 2 mushroom you can only use in the Super Mario Bros. Style. So that's a bit of disappointment, but I understand why. And then in the frog suit, you can only use in the Super Mario Bros. 3 style, and it basically just lets you swim a lot quicker and more diagonally, and just better swimming, really, as well as being able to run on water. So it's sort of like the mini mushroom in that respect, which I do love the mini mushroom, so that's very good to see. And then you've got the P-Balloon, which is only available in Super Mario World, but it's a lot better than it was in Super Mario World, because you can, from what you can see in the trailers, it looks like you'll be able to fly a lot more smoothly and with a lot more control. I don't know if you'll have to refill and get another power-up before you run out of the balloon like you did in the original Super Mario World. I would imagine so, but that hasn't been confirmed, so we have to wait until the update comes out to find that out. And the last ones are just a Super Acorn from Super Mario Bros. U, which isn't really anything too much note. I am glad it's there, since it was a bit weird that it was the Super Mario Bros. U style, but you got the propeller power-up instead of the Acorn, even though the Acorn is the power-up of that game. The propeller was more joined to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but it was in the game, so I suppose they couldn't have got that wrong. Also, the propeller mushroom is a lot better, so I don't really blame them. And then you've got the boomerang suit for Mario 3D World, and the only really thing to note there is whatever level you throw the boomerang at, it will stay on that level. And it will also follow you, like you can see in the trailer. If you throw it forward, it will go back, and then if you start running, it will then follow you until it breaks on a wall. Which I think can create some great levels. And that's really it for power-ups, apart from these helmets and hats you can get now in Super Mario 3D World. And there are 5 of them in total. The cannon, which will constantly shoot a barrage of cannonballs from your face. That's not something I'd have thought I'd say. But if you hold Y, you can charge it. Well, I'm assuming that's how it works, so that's how it was in Mario 3D World. The second one is the propeller helmet, originating from Super Mario 3D Land, but this time you can use it 3 times, indicated by 3 yellow dots on the side of the propeller helmet. And once you've run out of, and you can use it then 3 times in the air, and then you have to land for those 3 boosts, I suppose, to refill. They do refill instantly when you hit the ground, though, so it's not really that big of an issue. And then you've got the power block, which also has 3 uses, but instead of being able to recharge, when you hit it once, well, the way you signify how many uses you have left is when you use it once, the W will fade out on the end of the power block. Then use it a second time, the O will fade out. The third and final time, the P will fade out, and then the power block will be destroyed. So you can't then refill it afterwards, unlike the propeller helmet. Then you have the Goomba head, which will just disguise you from enemies, including bosses. In the trailer, you saw that Boom Boom, the mad lad, didn't see you when you were wearing the Goomba helmet. I don't know if it will work for Bowser or any of the Koopalings, but I assume it will, since that's how it worked for Boom Boom. And if you crouch, you go and walk, you go at the speed of a Goomba, which adds nothing, since you're disguised anyway, but it's a cool touch. And then the last one is the Bullet Bill head, which allows you to fly. Now, we don't know exactly how it's going to work. In the trailer, they said you can fly until time runs out, or you can fly with the time remaining. We don't really know how that will work, whether there's an amount of fuel, or there's just an amount of time you can stay in the air. We'll have to wait until the update comes out to truly find that out. All those heads can only be used in Mario 3D World style, and that is it for power-ups after, 7 minutes. I'm very sorry. Now moving on to the Koopalings. Now these are in every style except for 3D World. Now the reason they aren't in 3D World is because the Koopalings weren't in 3D World, and they weren't in Mario Bros. 1 either, but those styles are interchangeable, so it makes sense that they were there in the first place. And they were added in because of the interlinked styles. Now, obviously, those 7 Koopalings are Lowry, Wendy, Morton, Lemmy, Roy, Iggy, and Ludwig. We don't know how many we can have at the same time. Obviously, you can have 3 Bowsers and Bowser Juniors. You can have 5 Boom Boom / Boom Boom Pom Poms. We did see in the trailer all 7 Koopalings on the screen at the same time, so I'm going to assume that that's the limit, but we just don't know. Also, in terms of how you select them in the menu, I don't know if it's 1 Koopaling like Lowry or whatever, and then you got the list of the rest of the Koopalings, or if they have their own individual slots. We're going to have to wait and find out, but obviously they can be combined with the wings, mushrooms, and clown cars, etc., as we all sort of knew they would. Now, a few other course parts that you have the Cursed Key, which you can only use in the Mario Bros. 1 style, which summons Phanto, which is a mask that will chase you. So that's quite interesting. We don't actually see the key work on a door, but I'm assuming it will work on a key door, since otherwise what is the point in this key? But it also attacks, if you have teammates, it will also attack the teammates, it seems. Or that's what it seemed to look like it did in the trailer. And then you have the on-off trampoline in 3D World, and this confirms that 3D World now has on-off blocks, which is very, very good. But these new on-off trampolines are only in 3D World style. And then you have the Mecha Koopa, which do damage Bowser, so you can recreate the fight from Mario World. Now we don't know. We don't see in the trailer if Bowser now throws Mega Koopas instead of shells. I don't know if he will. I think that'd be a good thing to update, but I think they'll probably just keep it the same. Anyway, we now have 2 new variants of the Mecha Koopa though. Red ones that shoot homing missiles at the player, and blue ones that fire lasers that can break blocks, and the ice blocks containing coins. That's what we see them break in the trailer. I don't know if they'll break hard blocks or anything else, but that's all we can see, and that's all we can judge for the time being. In night time, they get jet boosters, and that's all we really know. So, moving on to the last bit of the trailer, and the most interesting bit by far, the bit I've been waiting for ever since Mario Maker 1 came out, the World Builder. Now, this is a lot of stuff in the World Builder, so this might take a while to explain. But just starting with how you would build it with these separate panels, you have just the grass panel, which is just a bit of background that you can add to make the island look bigger. Or I'm calling it the grass panel because that's what you mainly see throughout the trailer. But it's just a regular panel that you can't walk across, but is just there for decoration. And then you have the path panel, But there's the one I'm talking about specifically right now is the one that goes to a dead end. You go onto the path, there's a level or a warp pipe or something there, and then you can't go on any further past that. Then you have the path block that obviously you go straight through, pretty normal. And then you have corner panels that you can have a level on before it goes up or changes direction. You have corner panels that just curve and you can't have levels on, and you have a panel with a T, so you can go straight forward or in a different direction. Like we see in the trailer, you go straight past, but you can also get up a mountain to the three other things that are in the top left of that screen, which are the levels, pipes, and item houses. Now, you can have 2 pipes in each world, so obviously one will connect to the other. You can have 3 houses, and you can have 5 levels in each world. Now, you can get a total of 8 worlds, and 5 levels in each world, showing up to a total possible number of 40 levels in any game that you can create. Now, there are 8 different world pipes that you can have, and these are grass, underground, desert, snow, sky, forest, volcano, and space. Now, the space one sort of took me off guard, because you only really see that in the World 9s of Mario Bros. Wii and Mario Bros. U. But it's really good to see that sort of variation. And you're supposed to, you'll see it in the Star World of Mario World, which, from the trailer, you can only do the World Maker in the Mario World style, since that is the first game to have a proper, huge, sprawling world map, because as though Mario 3 did have a world map, it was nowhere near the scale that Mario World was on. And sort of any other Mario game really matched up to. Like, the Mario World map was in my opinion, the best map in the Mario series, because when you got to Wii and DS and had a world map again, you couldn't walk in between the worlds. It was basically just a straight line. And you never really had the variation that you did in Mario World. But now I'm just rambling. Now, we do see at the end of the trailer that you can have multiple people playing on that same world map. So there's multiplayer, which, I mean, makes sense since you can play levels multiplayer, but it's just a good thing to note. Now, we don't know if you'll be able to do this online, or if it's only reserved for co-op, but it's a good thing to have nonetheless. Now, also in the left of the screen while you're making the map, you can see a little panel that has the number of lives that Mario has on them. Throughout the trailer, we always see the number 5, but I'm assuming you'll be able to change that, going down to 1 and going up to whatever. I'm assuming it'll cap at around 10, maybe 20, because I doubt you'll be able to make yourself start with 99 lives. That'll be a bit absurd. And that's it, I think. Oh, apart from with the name, as far as the naming of the worlds go, what we saw in the trailer, it always seems to pick the nickname that you chose for the game. So if I made a world, it would be Super LJB257 World, because that is the name of my character in Mario Maker. We don't know if we'll be able to change these names, that's just what we've seen, but that's just very interesting, if you ask me. But that is it. I really hope you're looking forward to this this update as much as I am, and I still don't know how to end the video, but I'm not letting my freaking editor do the really bad outro that was in the last video. I want to say I hated it. It was very funny, but you're not doing it again. I'm out.